Hey guys, it's me, Veronica. I'm in my room. Why? This is what $400 gets you in an apartment. Which, and let me Quentin Tarantino this back. $400 for a room will get you, different rooms. As you may remember, may not remember, I had to get an apartment because I have a new job, or had a new job, in Madison, Wisconsin. So I'm living here. This is Madison, Wisconsin life. And I realized something. I have not talked to you in a while. So let's talk. Okay, let's talk. First of all, so people saying that Madison is very diverse, it's not. It is not diverse. There are very few black people. There are very few Asians, Latinos. I have not yet seen someone who's Latino. Or I've just mostly seen white people. I've seen a few black people here or there. The only Indian people that I've seen have been my roommates. And the thing is, there's no diversity in this town at all. Until August, end of August, or mid-August, because that's when the students move in. So from mid-August until the beginning of December, there's diversity. But then people go home because guess what? They're out for the semester. And when they come back, it's around end of July, beginning of February, which means no diversity. And then these kids stay until around May. Then they leave. So that leaves, let's see, June, July, August, mid-August. You have your September when they're here. Their October, November when they're here. Part of December. But the other half of December, the other half of January, not really here. And it's irking me so much. Because I realize things like anything that I say, people will not pay attention to. And I don't know if it's just because of who I'm living with or what, but I realize I cannot live here in this state. I can't live here in the state of Wisconsin. I can't live here in the city of Madison because they're all, how do I say this? They're not hipster. They're more liberal, progressive whites. And they're the ones that will say, I hate when people say the N-word or this or that or blah, blah, blah. And that when they say that, my tinkly sense goes, I think you might be racist. I think something you're going to say is going to be racist. It's going to be offensive. I have a feeling. And 9 out of 10 times, I'm absolutely right. They'll later say something and I'll go, I was right. Yeah, you kind of are a little bit racist. And they say, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. I voted for such and such, or I have a black friend, or I do this and that. And then I get upset because you just outed yourself as being racist. And that's what I'm finding here. I'm finding too many instances of things that are happening where I'm like, that's okay. For example, I went to a Target. I had my actual wig on. I had on this coat, this green coat. And I wish I had you out. But I didn't because I was trying to save battery and whatever. I had on this coat. So imagine me with this wig, this fucking jacket, my fucking purse. I had those on. I'm saying hello to the people at Target. Nothing. I'm getting nothing. Every time I'm going to, get stuff. Oh, wait, no. I wasn't wearing that jacket. I apologize. I was wearing that jacket for something else. I was wearing a sweatshirt. It had Target symbol on it or whatever. But I had it open. As I'm getting stuff with my purse and everything, I have woman after woman. I have white woman after white woman who's just going over me, reaching, and they're invading my personal bubble. I don't know what it is about you, or let me Quentin Tarantino that back. I have a personal space, or a personal bubble. Personal space. Everyone has personal space. I do not like it when people come into my personal space and they don't say, oh, excuse me. I had this camera out. I actually had this out. And I was off to the side with my cart because I had this out and I'm like, okay, I need to find these cartwheel deals, blah, 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 blah. I am looking, trying to find my stuff. I had 2 white women who, I shit you not. Now, this is a big ass aisle. I am in the corner, off to myself, and I shit you not. They took their carts and they parked it as close to me as possible and then reached over me. They never said a word, and that's what got me. They never said, excuse me, which is what you do when you're going over someone's head. You say, oh, excuse me. Or, you know, they would stop, they would leave their cart, and then they would get right in my way, and I'd have to say, excuse me, and they would wait. I had it happen so many fucking times. I got upset with this particular Target. I said, fuck it. I'm not going back, and I haven't gone back. And that was Madison Hills. That was a Target Madison Hill. And then I had an incident at the McDonald's that's near my apartment, where I went in. I had a lip piercing in, but I watched the cashier, white, chubby guy. I was trying to figure out what I wanted, so he said hello. I'm still trying to figure out what I want, because I have no idea. He's like, I can help the next person. Looking at him, I'm like, I don't know what I want. I didn't say it to him. I don't know what I want. But I was like, oh. And then out loud I said, ooh, I don't know what I want. So I'm looking at the menu, trying to figure it out. This motherfucker. A white girl comes in, shaved head, half her head is shaved. She has on dyed blue blonde hair, whatever. You could tell she was a little high. White guy comes, he's doing his stuff, blah, blah, blah. After I figure out what I wanted, I got behind the white girl with the shaved head. And the guy says to her, hi, how can I help you? How are you today? And she's like, oh, I'm fine. I want blah, 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 blah. He's like, okay, well, have a great day. Smiles, happiness in his eyes, everything. As soon as I get to this McDonald's, he goes, how can I help you? Hi, yes, can I please have, and I'm trying to engage with him. I'm trying to be peppy, extra peppy. He's not having it. His face has gone down. He didn't ask me, how are you? He just said, how can I help you? I said, okay. And then he said the price, so I counted it, and I was like, oops, sorry. And I made sure to count it out loud for him. I gave him the cash, and he kind of, like, pulled my money and was, like, counting it out. I'm like, okay, fine, whatever. And then he's like, here you go. It's your order. And I'm like, oh, thank you. Didn't say anything. I pull up to the side. The white guy that was behind me, he's like, hi, how are you? How can I help you? He then said to the guy, have a great day. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? I then watched the person that was behind the white guy, who was also white, as he went and again said, hi, how are you? You couldn't say, hi, how are you to me, but you could say it to the girl who was in front of me. Not to mention the 2 other people that had been in front of me while I was trying to figure out my stuff. You couldn't say hi at all? Okay. I got you. So I've not gone back to that McDonald's. Not to mention the fact that another time when I went there, I had a guy who, and this was on the one that's Park and Region. I probably shouldn't say this, but whatever. I'm not going there. He had, and this was with their milkshake machine or whatever. He had taken money, and then he started to touch like the cones and stuff. And I was like, and I made the face because I'm like, why would you touch money and you don't have any protection and then go and touch the cones? And the cones that he was touching or whatever, or at least the and I hate to say it was cones, but the object, and I can't even remember exactly, but there was an object that he was touching that was not covered. And that's why I was like, ooh, you touch money and now you're touching this object that someone else is going to use. And that's why I was freaking out. Like, I don't like this. And that just made me go, something's iffy. The other thing I didn't like is in the same one, after waiting for 15 minutes, because again, this time I knew exactly what I wanted. I had a guy, there were a guy and another guy who were in front of me, and I'm waiting. No one is, saying, oh, how can I help you, whatever. they go to this other guy because there's like 2 lines or whatever. And then the other guy's like, oh yeah, this is cash only. And I'm like, are you kidding me? You couldn't have said out loud, oh, everyone, this is cash only. So I said, fine, fuck it. And I left. I've not been back. And there's no diversity in this place, in Madison, Wisconsin. And that's the main reason why I want to get out. And I know people are like, oh, it's so beautiful. It is a great paradise for white liberals. But I realize I don't feel comfortable with, saying, hey, I don't appreciate this when this is happening or that's happening, because no one's taking me serious. For example, there's an incident that's going on currently in the household, and I realized today that no one actually gives a shit if I say something or say, hey, I'm noticing this or that. Okay, this is what's going on. There are plates and silverware that's missing. I came back from my mother's, and I started to notice, and it was around my birthday, when I started to notice that things were disappearing from the house. But I was like, okay, whatever. Maybe someone had some dishes or whatever, they'll bring it back. I didn't really notice it until I went to my mother's again for Thanksgiving and came back. I went, there are more items missing. Where are they? Where are those items? What the fuck is going on? And I told two of my roommates who were there at the time, and they're like, oh, Veronica, it's probably the dishwasher, this or that, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, no. You don't seem to understand. We had X amount of spoons, and I can't even tell you how many X amount of spoons means to me, but with the spoons, like, we had so many spoons, at least 20 or more spoons. We had 30 or more forks, and we had a bunch of knives. The knives, some of them are missing, but not as much as the spoons and the forks. And it looks like someone just took like 2 handfuls of forks and spoons, because they're no longer in the drawers. We had 2 drawers. Now we're talking 11 forks. You're talking 11 forks out of 30 plus. You're talking 9 spoons. Why do we have 9 spoons if there's this many amount of people? And originally there were 20 or more. And that's the thing. I've told people about issues that I've had in the house. And people are like, oh, just deal with it. It'll get better. It's not getting better. It's getting worse. I've talked to the person. Nothing has happened. And I'm now talking to you because I'm quite irritated. I'm highly irritated, and right now I'm looking up apartments because fuck this. I'm irritated with myself because I realize had I acted and done things quicker, I would have, it would have been better. Like my student loan, I could have gotten that consolidated as soon as I got the job offer. They only needed like the first 2 weeks of being paid or whatever. I could have went and said, hey, Lending Tree, or hey, SoFi, or hey, the people that I ended up going with. I could have been like, hey, people I'm going with now, here's my stuff, blah, blah, blah. I could have talked to educators and said, can you lower it? But I didn't. I sat on it. And I sat on my old insurance, even though I had new insurance that was coming in July, and I waited. And it's like, why are you waiting? Why are you procrastinating? And lastly, after seeing what David Cassidy told his daughter, I'm just like, wow. And his exact words to her was, so much time wasted. And right now that's lighting a fire underneath my ass to go out and do different things, like get another apartment and move. I want to be out of here by May or July. I'm going to break my lease because I literally, no, I can't be here anymore. I tried to make it work. It failed. It was a great effort on my part, but fuck it. Because I realized I'd rather be in an apartment by myself where I only have to worry about myself. I don't have to worry about someone eating my food, which now I have 2 missing helpers, hamburger helpers. Because originally I had 1 that was missing. The other one went missing. So I just said, fuck it. A bag of chips, organic, tortilla chips went missing. I'm like, I'm just going to chalk it up and say I ate it, even though I know that I didn't eat them. As well as my, because I had ground turkey that went missing. So I'm just assuming that I'm just going to, chalk it up and say maybe I ate it, even though I know I didn't eat it, even though I had plans to eat it and then decided, I'll just put it up because I'm going to go to my mom's house. And it went missing. And now it's like, wow, I didn't get a chance to eat it. And it's missing. And people are like, don't know. Radio silence. So yeah, that's why I'm getting out. Longest vlog ever, but I'm irritated as fuck. And that's why I decided to talk to you. Bye.